Hello, everybody. Welcome to the JB&I Show. I am your host, Isaac the Fire Hawk Middleton. And if you're celebrating a birthday today, this month, or this week, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you and many more birthdays, okay? And if you're celebrating an anniversary, oh yeah, 1 month anniversary, 20 years anniversary, 50 years anniversary, oh yeah, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary to you, and of course, many more anniversaries. Alright, yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the JB&I Show. Thank you so much for being here. When you think about comedy classics that have stood the test of time, few titles carry the same cult appeal and irreverent charm as Happy Gilmore. Released in 1996, the original film introduced us to Adam Sandler's unforgettable take on the brash, hockey-obsessed everyman who found an unlikely second act on the golf course. It was the kind of movie that didn't just make you laugh when you first saw it, but that you found yourself quoting with friends for decades after. So when the news broke that Happy Gilmore 2 was finally happening, nearly 30 years after Happy first teed off, a mix of excitement and skepticism swept through fans everywhere. Could lightning really strike twice? Would Sandler's signature blend of heart and lowbrow humor still land in a world that's changed so much since the 90s? The answer, as it turns out, is a resounding yes. Happy Gilmore 2 doesn't just pay tribute to the original, it brings Happy's story full circle, delivering a riotous, nostalgia-packed ride that's both familiar and fresh. For anyone worried about whether the sequel would live up to the legacy, rest assured, Sandler and the team haven't missed a beat. The story picks up decades after Happy's improbable rise to golf stardom. After his first gold jacket, Happy goes on a winning spree, racking up 4 more championships and fully cementing his place in golf legend. Life is good. He's married Virginia Venett, played once again by Julie Bowen, who brings just the right blend of warmth and wit. Together, they've raised 5 kids, all with a bit of their dad's trademark attitude and unpredictability. But as with any good underdog story, the good times don't last forever. A sudden financial disaster, a freak accident that wipes out Happy's hard-earned fortune, lands him squarely back where he started, struggling to make ends meet and wrestling with a sense of failure. The stakes are personal this time. Happy's daughter, a talented ballet dancer, is offered a spot at a prestigious school in Paris. But tuition is astronomical, and Happy's minimum wage job isn't going to cut it. Faced with the prospect of letting his daughter's dreams slip away, Happy does what Happy does best. He picks up his old golf clubs and decides to stage a comeback. But the world of golf has changed dramatically. Enter the Maxi League, a new social media-fueled competition where young viral superstars rule the fairways and the old guard is being pushed aside. The league is loud, flashy, and unapologetically modern, with TikTok challenges and influencer antics taking the spotlight. For Happy, it's a fish-out-of-water scenario that's made for comedy gold. He teams up with a ragtag crew of PGA veterans, determined to show the new kids that there's still a place for grit, heart, and yes, a little bit of chaos in the game. One of the film's greatest strengths is how it balances the new with the familiar. For longtime fans, Happy Gilmore 2 is a nostalgia overload, in the best way possible. The filmmakers know exactly what made the first movie work and aren't shy about leaning into those strengths. Classic jokes resurface, fan-favorite characters return, and the golf course becomes a stage for both slapstick mayhem and earnest, heartfelt moments. Julie Bowen slips effortlessly back into Virginia's shoes, proving once again that she's the perfect foil for Sandler's manic energy. Christopher McDonald's shooter, McGavin, is back as well. Older but no less unhinged. His rivalry with Happy reignited by the new generation of golfers. Ben Stiller delivers a scene-stealing turn as Hal, the infamously creepy orderly from the first film, now running a tough love AA program that provides some of the movie's most unexpected laughs. Even Dennis Dugan, director of the original, drops by as PGA chief Doug Thompson, a role he plays with tongue firmly planted in cheek. But it's the next generation that gives the sequel its emotional core. Happy's sons, each a chip off the old block, each with their own quirks, bring fresh energy to the story. One of the standouts is played by AEW's MJF, whose knack for mischief and bravado feels tailor-made for the franchise. Adding to the familial feel, Adam Sandler's real-life wife Jackie and daughters Sadie and Sunny take on significant roles, blurring the line between screen and reality. It's a meta touch that makes the film feel even more personal, as if we're watching not just a character's journey, but a family's. Legacy is a central theme throughout. The film doesn't shy away from acknowledging the passage of time, both in the world of golf and in the lives of its characters. Some of the original cast members are no longer with us. Carl Weathers, Francis Bay, Richard Keel, and Bob Barker have all passed on. Rather than ignore their absence, Happy Gilmore 2 pays heartfelt tribute. New actors step in as the children of those iconic characters, Lavelle Crawford as Chubbs Peterson's son, Boban Marjanovic as Mr. Larson's heir, and Eminem in an inspired bit of casting as the son of the notorious jackass heckler. These tributes are handled with genuine affection, striking a delicate balance between humor and respect. Of course, no Happy Gilmore sequel would be complete without its parade of wild and unexpected cameos. In the age of streaming, where celebrity appearances have become almost an expected part of big comedies, Happy Gilmore 2 takes things to another level. NFL stars Travis Kelce and Reggie Bush, WWE's Becky Lynch, and a who's who of professional golfers, including John Daly, Rory McIlroy, Bubba Watson, Scotty Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, and Brooks Koepka, all get their moments to shine. The golf world collides with pop culture in ways that feel both absurd and oddly fitting for Happy's universe. And it doesn't stop there. The movie is packed with appearances from everyone from rap sensation Bad Bunny, delivering a standout turn as Oscar, Happy's hyperactive new caddy, to Cameron, Kid Cudi, Guy Fieri, Jeopardy's Ken Jennings, and a host of comedy podcasters and Saturday Night Live alums. Part of the fun becomes spotting these cameos as they flash by, each one adding a layer of absurdity and surprise that keeps the energy high throughout. But what about the comedy itself? Comedy sequels, especially those arriving decades after the original, often struggle to recapture the magic. Happy Gilmore 2 dodges that pitfall by refusing to take itself too seriously. The script is sharp, zany, and self-aware, poking fun at both the world of golf and at the idea of sequels themselves. The humor is broad, ranging from slapstick physical gags to sly one-liners, but it rarely feels forced. Sandler, now older but just as game as ever, throws himself into Happy's antics with gusto, and his chemistry with the supporting cast is as strong as it's ever been. There are moments of genuine heart, too. Happy's relationship with his daughter grounds the film, adding stakes that feel real and relatable. The idea of fighting for your family, of trying to do right by the next generation even when you've lost your way, gives the story emotional weight. It's a testament to Sandler's growth as both a performer and a writer. While the movie never loses sight of its comedic roots, it isn't afraid to slow down and let the characters breathe. The film's visuals are slicker than the original, thanks in part to the talents of director Kyle Newacheck. The golf scenes are more dynamic, benefiting from the involvement of real-life pros and the latest in camera technology. The Maxi League, with its neon colors and viral stunts, is rendered with tongue-in-cheek flair, highlighting the generational clash at the heart of the story. Still, Happy Gilmore 2 isn't trying to reinvent the wheel. Critics have noted that the sequel sticks closely to the formula that made the original a hit, and they're not wrong. On Rotten Tomatoes, The film holds a 63% rating from critics and a 65% audience score. A clear sign that while not everyone was blown away, most agree it delivers exactly what fans crave. And in a landscape crowded with reboots and reimaginings that lose sight of what made their source material special. That's no small feat. The film is peppered with callbacks and Easter eggs that reward longtime fans, from Happy's classic temper tantrums on the green to Shooter McGavin's increasingly desperate attempts to steal the spotlight. The movie is packed with moments that feel like old friends dropping by for a visit. Even the infamous alligator from the first film makes a blink-and-you'll-miss-it appearance. A sly nod to Chubbs Peterson's unforgettable demise. One of the most talked-about additions is Bad Bunny, whose performance as Oscar, the caddy, injects a jolt of energy into every scene he's in. Whether he's doling out questionable advice or getting caught up in Happy's schemes, Oscar quickly becomes a fan favorite. Bad Bunny's comedic timing surprises in the best way, earning praise not just from fans, but even from pop megastar Taylor Swift, who publicly complimented his performance. The cameos extend to the film's climactic showdown, where real-life golf pros face off against Happy and his crew in a winner-takes-all match that blends outrageous comedy with some genuinely impressive golf. Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, and Brooks Koepka all make appearances, lending authenticity and a sense of occasion to the proceedings. And let's not forget the return of the infamous Happy Swing. The sequel finds new and inventive ways to showcase Happy's unconventional approach to golf, raising the bar for both physical comedy and sheer spectacle. There's a sense that the filmmakers understand just how iconic these moments are, and they pull out all the stops to deliver. Throughout the film, the writing team, Sandler and Tim Herlihy, with Newacek behind the camera, walk a fine line between honoring the past and embracing the present. The jokes land, the cameos delight, and the heart shines through. The result is a sequel that doesn't just rely on nostalgia, but uses it as a foundation for something genuinely entertaining. Of course, there are moments where the film's adherence to the original formula borders on safe. Some critics have pointed out that Happy Gilmore 2 doesn't take many risks, preferring to stick to what worked the first time around. But for most fans, that's exactly what they want. A chance to revisit a beloved world, to laugh at old jokes made new again, and to spend time with characters who feel like old friends. The tributes to departed cast members are handled with particular care. There's a bittersweet montage early on, as Happy visits the graves of his grandmother, Chubbs, Mr. Larson, and Bob Barker, each marked by mementos from the first film. The scene is played with genuine emotion, a reminder that even in a world as outlandish as Happy Gilmore's, time marches on. The new characters who step into their shoes, Lavelle Crawford, Boban Marjanovic, Eminem, do so with respect, channeling the spirit of their predecessors while bringing their own twist to the roles. The family dynamic at the heart of the sequel is another highlight. Happy's kids, each with a wild streak and a knack for trouble, mirror his own journey from misfit to hero. The film explores the idea of legacy, not just what we achieve, but what we pass on to those who come after. There's a particularly poignant moment when Happy, faced with the possibility of losing the big match, confides in his daughter about his fears and regrets. It's a rare scene of vulnerability for a character who's usually all bluster, and it grounds the film in a way that elevates it above simple slapstick. For all its heart, though, Happy Gilmore 2 never forgets to have fun. The humor is relentless, the energy infectious. Whether it's Happy going toe-to-toe with a TikTok influencer, Shooter McGavin scheming in the background, or a surprise cameo from Guy Fieri whipping up Flavortown snacks for the competitors, there's always something absurd just around the corner. And while the film is packed with references and callbacks, it also finds room for new running jokes. The Maxi League's obsession with social media leads to a string of viral mishaps, from disastrous dance challenges to live-streamed meltdowns. Happy's attempts to navigate this brave new world are a constant source of laughs, as are the reactions of the old-school golfers who can't quite keep up. The movie's soundtrack is another treat for fans, blending 90s anthems with contemporary hits. The familiar strains of Tuesday's Gone and Jump Around mix with newer tracks, creating a musical backdrop that bridges the gap between generations. By the time the credits roll, it's clear that Happy Gilmore 2 isn't just a sequel, it's a celebration. A celebration of the original film, of the fans who've kept its memory alive, and of the enduring appeal of a character who refuses to grow up. It's a movie that knows exactly what it is and leans into it with everything it's got. So, is Happy Gilmore 2 as good as the original? That's a hard question to answer. The first film was, as the saying goes, lightning in a bottle, an unexpected hit that captured a moment in time. The sequel doesn't try to outdo it. Instead, it pays homage, recapturing the spirit while carving out its own space. In that sense, it's a worthy successor, the kind of movie you'll want to watch with friends, to quote endlessly, to revisit whenever you need a reminder that sometimes the underdog really can win. If you're a fan of the original, you'll find plenty to love here. If you're new to the world of Happy Gilmore, you'll discover a comedy that's equal parts heart and havoc, anchored by one of Adam Sandler's most endearing performances. Either way, Happy Gilmore 2 is a reminder that some stories, no matter how unlikely, are worth coming back to. For those who haven't seen it yet, the film is streaming on Netflix, ready to deliver laughs, surprises, and a healthy dose of nostalgia. Whether you're in it for the cameos, the callbacks, or just to see if Happy can still crush a golf ball farther than anyone else, this sequel delivers. In a world where so many sequels feel unnecessary or uninspired, Happy Gilmore 2 stands out as a rare example of how to do it right. So grab your putter, dust off your old Bruins jersey, and settle in. Happy's back, and he's bringing the chaos, the laughs, and just enough heart to make you remember why you fell in love with the original in the first place. As far as comedy sequels go, this one's a hole-in-one. It gets the Team Firehawk Storm Firestar of approval. Let's get the conversation started. What did you think about Happy Gilmore 2? Did you like it or hate it? Did it reach your expectations? Would you watch it again? Thank you again for checking out the JB&I Show. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day.
O seu som. Tem áudio pra nós aí, Cofap?
Seja bem-vindo com o áudio dele. Primeira vez um áudio pra nós. Já tô
ele é maravilhoso,
saudade.
Cofap. O Isaac é maravilhoso.
Seja bem-vindo.
What's up, y'all? How you doing? I just wanted to thank you so much for checking out my song, listening to my song, and thank you so much for your support. I think that you are awesome. You are awesome. Oh, yes, you are. You are awesome. Yes, you are. And I'm Isaac M. And yeah, you are awesome.
Cofap, aqui até um live snippet aí do Isaac M. Cofap. A música You Are Awesome.
A energia dele é muito boa pra nós. Muito, muito, muito alegre. Gostei.
The co-host here saying that your energy is amazing.
Valeu a
O que
pena.
acontece? Então vamos contar a história. Vamos contar a história dele aqui na nossa programação maravilhosa. Vamos contar isso aí, já que ele tá no top 5 da nossa programação. Então o que acontece? Ele tem o nome completo, né, de Isaac Middleton, né? E é um cantor, autor e ator que vem cantando públicos em todo o mundo por mais de 20 anos.
Só a simpatia dele é muito boa. Só o áudio que ele mandou é maravilhoso.
E a música dele, que é marcada pela profundidade emocional e temas universais, né? É reconhecida aí pela sua capacidade de conectar-se com ouvintes de diferentes origens e, claro, grandes estilos misturando aí pop, rock, soul, enfim, né?
É isso aí.
Após um breve hiato aí de rumores de aposentadoria, ele retornou com 2 álbuns aclamados, refletindo aí o seu crescimento e versatilidade.
É isso aí, só tem musicão bom dele aqui, olha.
Além, claro, né, da carreira musical, Isaac M, né, também atua aí e faz podcast.
Nossa, muito bom aqui, hein? Muito,
é ator, claro, né?
É muito alegre, né? Nossa, senti firmeza.
Então ele explora narrativas diversas, né? E compartilha reflexões pessoais, engajando e inspirando seus fãs de maneira bem nova e significativa.
Isso aí.
Então, no mais recente trabalho, que é Time Just Float Away, né? Tá disponível e reforça aí o compromisso contínuo com a criatividade.
Isso aí, tá em toda a plataforma, né?
Tá assim, Cofap?
Tá, isso aí.
Bora de Isaac com Time Just
Bora,
For Away.
Isaac. Seja bem-vindo, Alê. Seja bem-vindo, Lala. Bora lá, então.